В този момент, как ще trenutek pravzaprav zelo vznemirljivo se skupaj, because we have many English-speaking guests as well, I will keep Slovenian background and presentation, but I hope the Slovenian colleagues will allow me to speak in English. So first, I'd like to just say that the last half a year since we started dreaming about the new Ecocivilisation page, understanding that the old one was a bit of a challenge already, I haven't imagined really the moment that this will really go live, but here it is. The last 3 months, we worked really extensively and really wanted to tap into the essence of the eco-civilization movement, which is really a growing into a global, disruptive, mission-driven cluster of incredible people, organizations, a pool of ideas that little by little are starting to connect and deliver some new higher values. We do see the planet Earth as a whole, taking very systemic view. And we do really want, through the collaboration, cross-pollination, and close collaboration on selected projects that emerge out of our dialogues, that emerge out of our needs and recognize challenges. And with the sole goal that we are ready for the next step in civilizational development, civilizational restructuring and re-engineering, which, as we can see, the natural laws of planet Earth, including climate change and different physical drives that are happening on this planet Earth, are challenging us to look beyond what is known today. And when we were exercising all these new thoughts, and of course, we all agreed that nothing could happen overnight. So our first phase is 30 years, and we are in 3.5 years in this cycle. So many more very productive and dynamic years ahead of us. We realize that we as human beings, we are really challenged by 3 different environments. The ecosystem of planet Earth, the original ecosystem of planet Earth, and 2 new that we created by ourselves. And in a way, while creating them and expanding the ways how we can gather, live, and connect, we also alienated ourselves from the original natural ecosystem of planet Earth. So urban system, including cities and villages, as well as the virtual world, which is now so strongly dominating the way how we connect, interact, co-create, and evolve, they all together actually have a huge impact on human being. So while trying to grasp this, of course, we were trying to also get a good platform going within which we could record everything that we've delivered so far, that we could record our way of thinking and see how the emergence is happening and will be happening in the next 30 years. We bravely dived into the first page of Ecocivilisation. And it served us well. It was very well designed. It looked very nice. It was sort of more very clean look and conveyed the message very clearly. But throughout the last 3.5 years, only when you look at everything that is stored on the webpage, you see how much engagement has happened. And all of a sudden, the page started to get maybe a bit messy. And imagine bringing on board now more than 46 countries with 95 official representatives. We connect with over 32 networks, and we are becoming very strong partners of many global, other global movements, including the G100, which is the 100 project led by 100 women for the thrivable planet. All of a sudden, we realized that we need a bit more simplification on the page, easier navigation, and a bit of more freshness that could reflect who we are, what we do, and of course, to create this feeling of emergence also on the page. I'm not going to say that this will serve us for the next 30 years or 50 years of activities, but I hope that you will recognize a drive and this that we achieved and surpassed the challenges and the motivations that were put forward. So the team was, for the task that we had to face, actually very small. And it's only thanks to incredible dedication of all three groups. One, it's Ecocivilisation group that I managed and tried to lead. The other one, Daria Brechko-Pujanel, who was managing the designers team, and of course, Team Radel Rimitz, who was behind the technical design, the web design of the page. And instead of me talking too much, let me just say a couple of words about Daria and DBP Studio. I gotta say, it's been an incredible privilege, an incredible, really honor to work with them. I mean, the team is not only professional and full of great ideas, but I really felt really humbled in front of their dedication and commitment to this project. I hope they're going to tell more about what that meant for them and how they approached and why they were willing and had the capacity to give so much to this project. But it's not only my opinion. I mean, they've been really well recognized lately in the professional community. They got some prestigious awards and got listed among the best projects in their professional circles. So we're just really happy and honored to have Daria and her team on board. And without further ado, Daria, the best thing is that I pass the word to you, and you will introduce what was really design all about, how did you understand the eco-civilization and came about with this fresh new look, and of course, where do you draw the motivation for being with us and delivering this project to life?
Thank you, Violeta, for giving me a word, and hello to everybody who are attending today on this presentation of our new webpage. I say our new webpage because in those several months that we dedicated to developing and research and designing it, it became like our child. We in creative business are usually very emotional type of people, and we get in touch with our projects and our clients in a long term. So it's not unusual when we say it's our common child. So first of all, I would like to thank Violeta for incredible devotion and trust to our work, because in that kind of way it should become a model of best collaboration possible, because she put so much knowledge from her own side, from Ecocivilisation, that we could easily get into the story, the whole movement, the mission of the Ecocivilisation, that that actually floated in our mind and our bodies and our dreams so much that we could expand this in our own way. I can say in my own way in design, and my team, of course, too. And on the other hand, Violeta left us in a total freedom that we could express the vision of eco-civilization in our own way. So we just mentioned the first task that we all have designers when we approach to the project, which is our job is actually to truly understand the client and the project and provide the best possible solution. And while doing so, we still have to remain open to entirely new ideas that could also assist the client in the future operations. So it's not, when we're doing something, our effort should not be just in the moment, but we have to think what will happen with the web page in the next 3 years. So it's obviously the first web page overgrown in 3 years. So we had to think, okay, let's start something that would be so simple and so understandable and so easy to maintain that could do for further years and to be the best possible in the easiest way to maintain by the client. So if we can go through the web page, maybe I could just in a short time share the screen with you. Is it possible that I could share our Figma file so you could see all the spread that it was done? Don't worry, I won't I won't be too long with this story. I just will show you how sorry, just a moment. I will just show you how does it look when we approach the project. And can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is how it looks like a Figma file, and we always start with the homepage. And there was some special challenge because the Ecocivilisation was a very poetical, very philosophical, and it was great in a way in a storytelling. But on the other hand, there was gathered so many informations in the 3 years that it was impossible to stretch them in that way that it was created before. And we had to think what will happen if there is going to be so much more topics in the next several years. So it was the easiest way, but now it looks very easy, but in the beginning it was quite a challenge how to put so many topics like Heroes of Water, Connect the Whole, and Global Open House and the similar topics in a way that it would be very understandable to the audience. And we managed to put it through to the symbols and the selected colors. And when we go on the subpage, it's easy when we see the content related to the topics. And everything that you see now, in this shapes of softness, soft round circles are now animated. And why? Because we saw the eco-civilization in a way that it's developing. It's like a sort of an extra planet in the Milky Way, and it's something that we can create or recreate it again, because the planet as is now, it was created by humans. So we have a second chance to make it better, to make it different, to make it the way that it will work in the long term, and we will include the cooperation of all the people on the earth with a deep respect to the nature. So that's why we saw those shapes in a way like a symbolic shapes of the nature that are floating, mixing, coming together, go apart, and then connect again. and we put this in a different combinations through all our topics, like you can see it here. So and this was possible. This wouldn't be possible just if I wouldn't have a very good help of my team. And this is my assistant, graphic designer, Nusha, who is also today here with us. And maybe I could give a word just to explain how did she achieve that that presentation and animation, and the next level there was team web developer who had to make them move and to make them alive. So it was a 3 times challenge for all of us. So just before Nusha will speak about the animation, I would just like to show you the whole page, because there is quite a look at the glance. We can see how many infographics, how many elements it was included in the whole web page. And one special challenge was the so many members of the Ecocivilisation wings, and we managed to gain the very simple structure where we can see when there is a group of people, we can go through the with the sub buttons. We can approach to the sub page where we can see the members of the special team. Like here is an example of Wings Ecocivilisation Chile, and team had a special challenge with these orange squares. We can see them now, but they're not just simple like that, because there were so many multiple articles. They achieved the number of 500, and it was an interesting job how to separate them and to make them to put them in the right place, and also how to make those very various kind of content, how to structure it on a very simple way. And we hope we achieved our goal. So you will tell us if this works as well as we wanted to be done. Especially because we know Violeta is actually a very pragmatic person, and we followed her dream to be very simple, clear, and modern. And I would be glad if you could try and test the page and give us feedback. How was your experience? And now I would just like to to ask Nusha just to tell something, some short story about those forms and animations. And after that, thank you for your attention.
Okay, hi, I'm Nusha, and just as Daria said, we decided to go with circular shapes with contrasting colors, and we made them move, so the site looks more dynamic and alive. And we started to create a modern visual identity that captures the essence of ecocivilization, because circular shapes represent unity, togetherness, collaboration, a planet per se, basically everything that ecocivilization stands for. And the elements, so these different shapes, as you see, were used throughout the whole website to emphasize the different focus topics of ecocivilization. And the real challenge was to making them move, because making animation on web is not as easy as it might seem. And all of this wouldn't be possible without our web developer team, and he will probably tell you more about that. So yeah, this is all from my side.
Violeta, sorry, we can't hear you. You have crossed microphone.
Thank you very much for this excellent presentation. And I hope people who joined us today, our friends, could sense that this page not only has this freshness and new ways of navigation, but it simplified the whole bunch of different activities around people and around content. So I hope that you will try it, you will click through it. And if you find some problems or some mistakes, please let us know, because of course that is completely normal with such a huge transition that was ahead of us. But as a customer or client, if I can call myself in that sense, I really enjoyed this process of simplification when we suddenly realized, oh, but this is all the same. It's the same logic. So let's put it together. Let's join it. Let's not take the view of the generator of the content, but let's take the view of the one who will search or is interested in a particular subject. So hopefully that will come through very clearly. So thank you, Daria, and thank you, Nusha, for really excellent collaboration on the design level. And allow me now just to quickly introduce the other member of the team, the other leg of the team, if I may say, which equally which played a very important role, especially in the second phase, when all these ideas had to be manifested. And you will judge, of course, yourself how efficient Tim and his team was, but I'm very grateful to Daria to bring this young, fresh energy to the table. And he boldly entered this challenging job, has never done some things as big. So luckily he didn't know what's ahead of him. So with his youth enthusiasm and really eagerness to deliver something good and tangible, something he can present himself with as well, we really worked together well. So Tim, I'm very grateful. You were bold, you were very persistent, you are professional, and of course, you have this fresh young energy as well that Nusha and you really demonstrated well.
Thank you.
So without further ado, I would like to invite you to present the story of the web logic behind this new fresh look of Ecocivilisation.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity. And thank you, of course, to Daria and Nusha for both the opportunity and the collaboration. When I first saw the website, I have to admit I was a little bit scared of the animations, but that turned out to actually be the most fun part of the website. You can probably see, if you check the website out yet, how many things move, how many things flow, just like Daria and Nusha said. But by far, the most challenging part was the content, the archive, the events. Altogether, I think it was over 600 if we count both languages, and we had to categorize that, present it in a way that makes sense for the user, and that's also going to be easy to work on in the future. Like Daria and Violeta said, a website it's a very much a living organism. You can't just set it and forget it for the most part. You have to update it. And of course, with such a movement that is expanding and growing, both in scale and in the events they organize, it's important that everything is categorized and easy to access and easy to work on. So that was by far the hardest part, categorizing events and the archive. So once we got that out of the way, the very basic division between events and the archive was the first challenge, because on the old website, everything was kind of mixed together. So once Nusha and I realized that, it got a lot easier. Then in the archive, we had to categorize things not only by their media format, so not only podcasts and videos or articles, we also had to categorize them by the topic they pertain to. So the focus topics, for example, year of water, year of Ubuntu, and so on. So that was by far the most challenging part. When it comes to the animations, I actually had a lot of fun making them. They take time. They take quite a lot of time to make, but they are a very interesting process to go through. You're gonna notice the animations are mostly present on the homepage, which is the most impressive in my opinion, because so many things come together, so many things flow together. And then on the focus topics, again, we have some animations, and these are very specific. They represent the focus topic in question. So that was a lot of fun to make. And like Violeta said, this was actually, I have to say, it was probably the biggest project I've ever worked on. So it was very challenging, and I learned a lot, and I'm very grateful for that. And it's also pretty much one of my first projects that's not commercial. So that's for an actual movement. That's for actually something that is supposed to grow organically. That works towards a better future, not just towards profits. So that was a great aspect of the whole project as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed the collaboration. Violeta was very responsive. She really communicated well what needs to be done. Nusha and Daria were just great to work with. So really fun project, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Tim. So, maybe in the next projects you might be challenged because we were so great. So be ready for a bit more challenging customers. No, a joke aside. Maybe you can share a little bit about technology used at the back, because we did use open source tools. So go ahead, just share a few words about it too.
The website is built on WordPress, which is a free platform. The main page builder, so the actual visual tool used to build a website, is Elementor. In the backend, I have to say I managed to clean it up a lot. We went from over 30 plugins. For those of you that don't know, plugins are little pieces of software. Each one does a specific thing. Some do many things, some do few things. But we went from over 30 to about 15. And the actual system went from using a plugin for events and using the regular posts WordPress offers for the archive. And I combined that, making it much easier to work on. The whole dashboard also, I wish I had the screenshot of the before and after. There's about half the tabs you can click on, because there's just much less clutter. So it was actually quite a lot I managed to do in terms of optimizing the webpage. And like I said, it's based on WordPress, so it's very, very susceptible to growing and evolving and improving over time. So
excellent. Thank you very much. And we'll continue to work together and continue to respond to the requests of our members and co-creators. And I'm sure that the page will continue to grow and hopefully satisfy all our needs. So you remember, the movement are people, we are co-creating it. So all the responses are really cool. We'll try to bring them on board. And I can already see Martina ask for one correction, which we will gladly later implement. Thank you, Martina. Now allow me to go along, and because there are a couple of more things I'd like to share with you. And of course, among others, is that For the last 2.5 years, there was one very important person behind everything that Ecocivilisation did in the virtual world. And as usually, but before I do that, sorry, I do have to say a big thank you to one particular nonprofit organization who actually sponsors projects that they believe contribute to humanity. We would not be able to do it without them, I have to admit. I've been financing Ecocivilisation movement since the beginning, but it's becoming demanding, and I was running short on resources, especially financial ones. And then all of a sudden the angel appeared, and in the Forum of Urban Sonce NGO, who, as I said, is sponsoring and is getting involved in projects for the benefit of humanity. So I was first very honored that we were recognized as such. And second, of course, that we got their support. So in the name of the entire team, thank you very much. But let me continue now the story of web maintenance and our social media manager. You all know Natasha Champo. She's been with us in the last 2.5 years, and she left an incredible trace in everything we've done, because she created all the visualizations that Ecocivilisation, besides webpage, had on social media. And Natasha just joined us live as well. Natasha Givio, hello.
Hello.
I tried to pick some of the most distinguished one, but this is just a little glimpse of all your creations. And we were so lucky and really, really honored to have you on our team. But life moves on. Natasha is becoming a very successful businesswoman with her own successful projects. We're so proud of her. And she realized that she has to move on and give up on some of her smaller projects, which we were one of them. But that doesn't mean we won't stay in touch. But I would just like to use this opportunity and thank Natasha really deeply for everything that she has done, because I could not pay her for everything that she contributed. So, Natasha, thank you for your heart, for your ideas, for your commitment. And who knows where and how we will reconnect again.
I believe we will. I think it's just a short pause in our cooperation. Thank you also, Violeta, for the trust you had in me. Thank you for the opportunity to meet such nice people that I will for sure take along, and to contribute to such a great project, movement that I was a part of. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we will for sure stay in touch.
Yes, I'm sure. And we have to say at the end that we cannot live without the web manager and web administrator and page administrator. So I'm happy, Natasha, that you sticked around long enough that we found a new one. And I would like to now introduce Gloria Ribnikar-Zimmerman. As we risked with a young web designer, Tim, we are risking now with a young administrator, digital administrator, Gloria. But I think the risk is more fun than real risk. Gloria bravely dived into everything that she already knew, and especially things that she hasn't known before. So, and she's learning fast. She was a right hand to Tim already with the transition of the webpage. And now she's taking over, and Natasha gave her a very nice hand in order to transition smoothly. But Gloria, we're happy to have you on board. there are big shoes there to put on, but I think you're gonna reshape them, so we will never learn that they are maybe too big, because your designing touch is already well proven. So if you're here with us, maybe you want to say a word. I saw you before.
Hello, I'm Gloria. I'm very happy to have received this opportunity, and I hope for successful cooperation for the future.
Well, great, Gloria. We'll put you all right on the spot. The new events are coming in May and in June, so you will be able to dive straight into it. And I'm sure that there will be some new developments on the page as well. So, my dear friends, dear guests, now it's your turn. If you want to ask anything, if you would like to comment live, please go ahead, put the speaker on, and the word is yours. Anyone?
Hello.
Hey, Maritza. Go ahead.
Maritza Chlufiga here. First, I would really like to congratulate. I looked at the web page in the middle of your presentation, and it's really alive and dynamic, but at the same time, the structure is really felt in the movement, and regarding to the former web page, it's a really nice like content and dynamic improvement. So yeah. So it's.
Thank you, Manica. It's your tool as well, so use it well.
Yeah.
Co-create it. Tell us what else do you want to see, and we'll discuss it, and maybe.
Yes, I will look into it.
Super. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Anybody else?
From my side too.
Anyone else? No? If not, then I would just like to say a deep thank you again to all the Yes?
Can I have a question?
Yes, sure, Nat.
All right. Hi, I'm
Nace, go ahead.
Nace from Slovenia. I'm looking at the website and I see there are like some time slots for when there will be some discussions. But I'm curious, have you already maybe discussed the topic of geoengineering? I'm curious about this because
no, but geoengineering, it's a great topic. So just send us your suggestion on our email. I read it. My colleagues are reading. We are 3 people are reading those emails. So if you're in Slovenia, so Manica is one of the co-chairs of Slovenian Ecocivilisation group, and since she's joined as a co-chair, a lot is happening. Pretty much every month there are events, live events. So Manica, this is a great topic. You probably will be happy to pick it up, and we can have a great discussion on Slovenian level. And if there is a good interest, we are happy then to bring from local levels. We bring topics on a global level as well as a global conference.
Yeah, okay, that's good. So on the website, I will see I will just send email and
yes, please.
Yeah, that's the best.
All right, thank you.
Looking forward.
Great, Nace. You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay, if not, then allow me to finish. Yes, please, Rami. India is really far away, so it takes a while before the signal gets to us.
Yeah, no,
ahead,
I was actually, there was a lot of noise around me and I was just waiting and hoping that the noise would die down before the call got cut.
We cannot hear anything at the back, so
Good. No, I just wanted to say, I think this is, the website, of course, is fantastic, but I think more than that, I think the team is absolutely wonderful because hearing all of them talk about how they made the website and all the thought that went behind it, I think that's really the highlight for me, right? Because for all of you collectively, I think as what you said right in the beginning, that it's really organic, this website, right? So it has a life of its own, which all of you have given it a life of its own, and I'm sure that you'll continue to do it, and I'm sure that all of you will keep coming back to the website and looking and saying, hey, maybe we could do this, or hey, this is great, but let's just add this, right? But I think that's what happens when you do something with real honesty and with real genuineness, and when you really feel for the work that you're doing. And that was really very, very evident when everyone spoke. So thanks a lot to the entire team, really, right? Because all of us associated with Ecocivilisation, it gives us a lot of motivation. It just makes us feel really nice to see this and to see the work that all of you have done. So genuinely, thank you very much from everyone who's associated with Ecocivilisation, and just a special word also to Natasha. I know, Natasha, you and I haven't spoken much. You've of course spoken with other members of the team, but I think just the work you've done in the last 2.5+ years, it's been phenomenal, right? Because every single time there's been a session and we see these posts and we engage with them, it again just makes you feel so nice when you see something where just looking at it makes you feel good, irrespective of the content, right? And then when you look at the content, it reinforces that, oh yes, I'm glad I stopped to look at this, right? So, and the first thing really comes from the first impression that's made, and that is the design. So generally, Natasha, thank you for everything you've done for all of us who are a part of Ecocivilisation in some way, shape, or form, right? And then to the rest of the team. So thank you so much, everyone.
Well, thank you, Ramit. I'm glad you got the word. This was very encouraging. And I just, for those that don't know Ramit, Ramit leads a couple of different groups, but we are closely associated with 8.1. And we work together on many projects. He was one of the first who actually got in touch with me when I started to talk, before even the full scale of Ecocivilisation operation, when I just started to present it, and he invited me in the circles of his students. And we had this really in-depth discussion that just connected us, I guess, forever. So we work on many different projects together. Open Global House is one of them. It's also one of the content projects presented on the page, where we meet once per 2 or 3 months. We open the session, and whoever wants to come comes, and the topics are defined by the audience. So, and I have to say, Ramit, right, that usually the sessions are around 3 to 5 hours. But you were holding one session for 17 hours, and I believe one was even over 20 hours, and only Ramit can do that. Really calmly sitting in his chair and holding the space for all these discussions to emerge. So as you can see, it's always fun to be associated with people who dare to go beyond. And one fun project that we're working also now together on is Ecocivilisation Academy. We don't have a date yet, but it's been a lot of effort already put into this. But the one that is emerging currently as a very strong one is the project for Cuba, where we're gonna be hosting one of the 3-day conference in Cuba. And if you want to learn more, please join us at the Ecocivilisation Conference, Water and Soil, on the 5th of June, where this project will be presented in more details, and of course the invitation to all of you to join. So Ramit, thanks a lot for all your beautiful words and for joining us and sharing your thoughts. Anyone else?
Always.
Yes. Okay, Tim, Daria, how do you feel now?
Good. Great. Thank you to everyone for your kind comments. I appreciate it.
I totally agree.
Nusha?
Oh, yes. I feel good, and I was really glad to hear such a nice feedback from all of you. So thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Daria, you and I started this. How do you feel?
Yes, great, because we managed to transport all the design to team, and team managed to make it alive. So we are very happy. Let's say we are at the end of this big project, but on the other side, we don't see it like an end. We see it like a fresh beginning, because the page has to live, and I'm pretty sure that we will be involved in the in the developing a page in the future. In the future, we are looking forward to it, because we believe if we will contribute all to the all next developments, and we can stay alert to make it better, I think the page will live as it deserves. So I'm also happy to meet all the members who will contribute to this web page, and I would like in this opportunity also to thank all the people who came today to see this presentation, and for all your comments also. And I'm really glad that you like our work. So thank you so much again.
Thanks again. And the emergence continues to evolve. So let's step into it. Let's get inspired by it, and we'll try to follow all the developments with the tools like the webpage as well. So thanks again, Daria, team, Nusha, and Gloria, and Natasha. I hug you over this vibes, and we'll have lunch soon, and your critical eye and comments will be always welcome. And as you said, we will rejoin in some of the projects again soon. Thanks a lot.